Hello guys, my name is Shastanon. Welcome back to more Minecraft on the JFS. Are you enjoying the rhythmic zoom on my face? Yes, very nice, very nice. I am here at my basalt generator, which is kind of an amalgamation of my own creation, because originally I just had this as my basalt farm. But A, it was kind of slow, and B, I feel like a lot of my product got destroyed by lava. And so I actually included with it, oops, hello, this little other generator as well, which will generate one and then push it out. So it generates constantly, which is slower than this, but with our powers combined, look at this. Come down here and grab these. And then I go back. And then I go get these guys. And then I go back. And repeat. And as a result of that, I have easily amassed a fortune of basalt. I have more basalt than I know what to do with, by which I mean I have exactly enough basalt to do what I know what to do with, or what I plan to do with. But yeah, so this episode we are going to really get into Horseball. Horseball, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to say it's done by the end of this episode, but I want it to be looking done by the end of this episode. So I'm going to head over there and meet you there. Ah, crap, I messed that up. Currently, Horseballs is just the playing field. And a couple of horses. I've gotten 2 slow horses and 2 fast horses, and I would like to have 4 medium horses, so that way we can have a total of 8 players, if we so desire. 1 on each team has a fast horse, 1 on each team has a slow horse, and then 2 have medium horses. Obviously, if you're, playing with fewer, you just won't take the slow horses, but I kind of like I like the idea that there's like some level of strategy in like some players have better gear than others, and so you have to think about where you're positioned on the board. But yeah, so first things first. As I addressed last episode, the slime ball, the sulfur cubes, I always forget, I always want to call them slimes. These guys, particularly this one with the wood in it, can go very high. And I should not have hit him, because now he's going to fall off the mountain and I have to go get him. So I need to build a wall. We're going to build a... Let's look how far he went. Oh, he almost went into the nether, too. Jeez. He's going back the other way. Jesus. But yeah, so we need to build a wall to keep in the sulfur cubes during play. So we're going to go ahead and do that with a nice little montage. But first, we're going to address the simple issue of how do the players get in? How are the players going to get in if there's a wall everywhere? And you're minimizing the existence of... what's it called? You're minimizing the existence of blocks that can, affect the... the pathing of the slime balls when you hit them. So I don't want to have ladders or stairs or anything. We need to have a door. And a door that can be covered. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. No, it's actually, it's like this. 1, 2, 3. Like this. No. Crap, I already forgot. Wait, hold on. Okay. So this is going to be our entryway. And to help fit in with the aesthetics, boom, we got some black concrete that I will have to build a triple... Or I will have to build a... Not a triple piston extender, or maybe I will, I don't know. I'm going to have to look up a redstone machine that will, drop all of this and then put it back. That will be a story for another time, but the pattern of this that I've come up with is as such. We've got polished black stone all along the wall. And then we're going to have a nice pattern going as you go. So, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. I want 6 or 7, because this puts it at... Yeah, I would say that's probably high enough. If it's not, we'll deal with the consequences later. But yeah, so we got this going right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What? How did I already mess this up? Okay, here is our rough design. We're gonna have this nice little stripe which alternates between textured and plain, and then we'll have a little bit of color on either side around the goal area for each team. But yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and build this out all the way around, and then we get to start thinking about the upper levels. Okay, heads or tails?
Tails.
Okay, it was heads. All right, here we go.
Okay.
Ooh, okay, that was very... That was very... Okay, that that might be a little too powerful.
You're winning. Okay.
Ah, good clear. Oh. Oh, okay, it bounced out of bounds. Holy, that thing bounced. Oh my god.
You almost killed the horse. Jesus.
How much damage did it do?
Like I think 8.5, like 8 hearts or like 8.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
In my testing, oh, I didn't think about that. In my testing, it only did like 2 hearts, but I didn't think about the fact that you are also moving.
Right.
And so therefore, like the potential for damage is way higher.
I've also never really played with spears actually.
Okay, so I'm probably going to need to tone it down and do like knockback 2 wooden spears, because knockback 2 iron was too good. I scored like immediately without much competition. And the iron is too powerful. It's too dangerous. Oh gosh, they go so high sometimes. Okay, I'm gonna need to make the walls taller. God, where'd it go? Oh, okay. Yeah, definitely gonna make the walls taller.
Alright, I'm just gonna go with the normal spear straight and
Okay.
have another go with that.
Ooh. Did it go out again?
Yep.
Okay. Now,
Is it the block that's in the sulfur cube? Like, is there like a more heavy block or something?
right, so that's the thing. So there's 3 different types. The sulfur cubes have 3 different types of blocks in them. There's, for the game, like if you check the dispenser over here, you can see I've got melon, blue ice, and wood. And so the melon one is the one that I did
sure.
first time. It's bouncy, but it's not super bouncy, and it moves pretty quickly. Jungle Log is very bouncy, and then Blue Ice is not bouncy, and it's just very sliding. Let's try this.
Or maybe even like the ice sulfur with the wood. Yeah.
Yeah, let's
gonna
try.
say,
Let's just use wooden
shows-
spears for this one and see if that makes it better.
I was gonna say, Shostin, otherwise I would say raise up the wall a little bit more and then put like a glass roof on top, which gives also a spot for spectators to follow the game.
Right. I'm thinking a roof might be necessary.
Yeah, because I think the bounciness makes the game also fun.
Yes,
So, like, if
I
they
really
bounce
don't want to
like
get rid of
crazy.
the very bouncy ones.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Coming in.
Yep.
Oh my god. He took 9.5 hearts of damage.
What?
It's insane.
Okay, well here's some more golden apples.
What was that? Was that wood?
Yeah, that was the wood spear. Okay, I'm gonna have to get like actual like horse armor. Leather or horse armor is not gonna cut it.
Yeah, definitely not. Or you could breed like less fast horses, but like purely on health.
Yeah, but like so the idea is I would like to have the horses of varying speeds. So like if you're on a team, you each have a fast horse and a slow horse.
Sure, sure.
I need to go get that
And-
done.
and- yeah. In that case, I assume slow horse on defense and fast horse on offense.
It's down there in the water.
Okay, so
So-
what I've learned here is that
The spears hurt.
yeah, the spears are too good, and we know that the jungle log one needs a roof.
You could also give the players weakness, maybe.
Yes, but here's the thing. I think the ability for you to hit the sulfur cube depends on how much damage you do to it. So that would also nerf your ability to hit the sulfur cube.
I mean, to be fair, like if you can hit it like from here, like straight into the goal, like maybe it should be nerfed a little bit.
Right? Like how well does this go?
Like that's insane, right?
This has
What
been
would happen if you splashed like the potion of the turtle thing on horse?
on the horse or on the sulfur cube?
On the horse, or even on the sulfur. Do potion effects affect sulfur cubes?
I don't think so. Oh, that did not go nearly as far this time.
Yeah, okay, I that was knockback too.
Ah, okay.
Oh no! Oh no, that's horrible.
Aces, you're a horse murderer.
No.
All right, we're playing horse balls without horses. We're just playing balls.
How did you do the whole like ball resetting now?
There's a tripwire hook right down here. So when you score, it activates a redstone signal that places a new one.
But does it pick up?
No. I thought it did, but apparently you can't use redstone. You can't use, apparently you can't use, redstone to pick up a sulfur cube.
Yeah. I watched your video where you were like trying to, where you were setting it up. So I was wondering if you had solved it somehow. Or...
Yeah, no, I just decided that afterwards I would go down and, like, bucket them myself. Oh, it
Sorry, I should put this back.
that. Oh, that's a problem. I can't fix that. As the game goes on. Oh, dang it. Dang it.
You can definitely figure something out. You just need to do some more complex redstone. But like, how do these enter the system?
They're just all there. Like, I just manually put them there after each round.
Right, but like, how did the empty buckets get in?
They stay.
Oh, right. No, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, when it places it, the bucket stays there.
Yeah.
Oh, I know what to do. So I only have 9 sulfur cubes, and like, assuming that 9 is the amount that I want to use, I could just have a hopper under it that's locked to only receive buckets.
Yep, that's a good idea.
Yeah, that's actually totally reasonable. Okay, so that was a very useful little bit of testing that was definitely needed. And what we learned was A, gotta have taller walls and maybe even a ceiling. I don't want to have to put a ceiling up, but I will at least make the walls taller. And hopefully the taller walls and like the stands that I'm going to build around it will be enough to keep it inside the playing area where we don't have to go fish it out. Maybe someone has to like, fish it out of the stands, but like, you do that in soccer. That's no big deal. The other thing is we got to keep damage to the horses a minimum. So we need to use better armor than leather armor, and we probably need to use wooden spears, which means probably not knockback because those things will not last. So regular wooden spears and regular wooden swords, perhaps we'll see. I might could have stone swords because those don't, the damage doesn't scale. Regardless, I need to have at least iron horse armor. So I have come to Final Infestation. Well, let me just briefly view it from over there. Look at that. This is Final Infestation, the recently opened guild that Nixer and Max have been working on. And quite a beautiful little spot here. But yeah, so there's an MMORPG type guild where you can join and put in requests for certain things, and guild members can create parties to go finish the quests. And as you do, you gather experience to advance in the guild. And so if you have, a group of a gang, and you want to be top of the guild, you can tackle quests together. Or if you've got something you need help with, you can submit guild quests. So I joined the guild, and I submitted this quest. The Nays Have It, which if you complete it, you'll get 120 experience points, which is what Nixer and Max determined this to be worth, and 4 diamonds that I will give you personally. The quest is find 2 iron horse armor for me. Hopefully by the end of this, I will have 6 iron horse armor. I realize now I probably should have made it 2 iron or 2 diamond, on the off chance that I find a lot of diamond ones, and then because that's better than iron. I didn't put diamond because I know getting diamond is harder. Asus was actually out trying to find some horse armor for me and did not find iron, but he did find diamond, so maybe I should have done it like that. But yeah, so whenever someone completes a quest, they put the stuff to complete the quest into this barrel here, and Nixer will come by and determine how well everything went, and they'll put anything for you, whether it's your payout or the products you wanted for the quest, in this thing here, as well as an update to your stats. So as you can see, I don't know what Cosmic did, but she's got a beacon. Rank up. Interesting. Very interesting. But yeah, so might form a guild with someone. This might be a good guild thing for Green Team. If Red Star is just like streaming and I can help out with that, and we can be Green Team. But yeah, so hopefully someone finds us some horse armor, or helps us out with finding horse armor, because I'll obviously be caving as well. As for the game itself, I have already built the walls up a little taller. I didn't give them like a full doubling, but like it's like 2/3 taller now. But yeah, so things that will be done, I probably will not use horses this fast because speed equals more damage. So I think most horses we're going to go with will be slow, and then some horses can be medium speed, and those guys will be the fast ones, quote unquote, for the game. I want to minimize the opportunity for, horses to die. There will be a rule about what happens if horses die, but I don't want to have to deal with that. But yeah, so the next thing we have to worry about is the stands. I need to know, I'm going to make redstone. I need to make a scoreboard here. I need to make a door here. But I want to know how much space I have to work with. I want to make the stands. So I'm thinking of an ovular design where, let me get up top, where the stands are deepest and highest here in the middle, and then as you go this way, it tapers in until it just barely squeaks past this section right here, and then there's more space here, and then back again. I would like the ends to be, no one's gonna actually sit and watch in the ends, maybe. I would like the ends to be used as like a little thing where I can make like the super fans, the ultras. They'll have big banners and they'll be banging drums and going crazy or whatever. And then regular people can go up the stairs and watch here at the midline. Yeah, so I need to build out an oval. Okay, and here we are. We've got a nice big oval ring all the way around. From above, it almost looks like an AFL stadium. But of course, we have a rectangular field. I think AFL is the one, Australian football is the one that has like an oval field. I think that's right. Yeah, and I've built a first full section of stands here. Obviously, it's not going to be exactly like this all the way around because pretty soon you start to lose space to put stands, and so we'll have to get creative on ways to fill that in. But I think I've got what I need. So I went ahead and built together this little section of stands right here. We got our nice central stairway. We've got different colors on different sides. I'm thinking instead of being one stadium that hosts, the home team, the idea is that this is a stadium specifically for cyan versus red, and so like they always play their games here, kind of like how in college football, like there are some in a lot of college football rivalries, they don't play their big rivalry games at either home stadium. They play at a neutral third site, neutral quote unquote. So it's kind of like that, maybe, I don't know. What I'm going to look at from down here, these, you may be wondering what's going on with this. These are supposed to be like the fold down seats. So obviously you can't really like just, pull them down and sit in them. I briefly was like, oh man, should I wait until cushions are in the game? But A, that would be a lot of wool for not a lot of practicality. And B, they are entities, and so that would lag a lot if this place was full of cushions. I did add one little extra little flourish. Ooh, that's not right. But that's okay. Oh no, that's right. I did add one little extra flourish here. You can see there is an N in the seats. So like sometimes when you're at a stadium, some of the seats will be different colors and it will indicate some kind of pattern or something. And so I'm thinking of having the cyan side, their seats are going to spell out cyan. And then the other side, I don't really know exactly what. I didn't know exactly what I was going to do because, first of all, there's not red wood. This is the closest we've got, which is like a maroon color, which really does not match that. I was thinking about maybe changing this to like magenta clay or something to maybe match that better. But then I won't have banners or wool to use for the ultras section, which I don't know if I mentioned the ultras section. I'm going to have an ultras section. So I decided I'm going to stick with this color scheme. And instead of these sea lanterns, I'm going to need frog lights. Now, we don't have a frog light farm yet. We built the frog sanctuary, so we have the frogs, but we don't have the frog lights yet. We need to build a farm for that. I think Cosmic said she was breeding frogs, so we're going to have the frogs for that pretty soon. But basically, once I've got the lights for it. I'm gonna need to figure out a way to give them something too. And red, 3 syllable or 3 letters. It's not gonna work. Crimson, no. Crim, no. I thought I came up with an idea that I like though. Rose. Now I understand that this is not rose color. This is more rose color than this, but I really like the idea of it's not blue versus red, it's cyan versus rose. We're really like branching out of the typicals here. And so we've got cyan wood, it says cyan, and we're gonna have rose. And then the ultras can have like a big banner and they use like roses as like their symbolism or whatever. Kind of like Lancaster or York. I think they both use roses. Yes, of course they do, because that's why it's called the War of the Roses. Oh! Now that I think about it, should cyan adopt like the orchid? Ooh, or like whatever that one. Oh, damn it! Whichever flower is that blue one from the swamp is the one I was thinking of, but we don't have swamps, so we don't have that flower. So maybe I can go with the other blue flower. It's a little too blue, that one. We'll see. We'll see. The only other downside to this is cyan doesn't really fit because it curves in so much that like by the time you God damn it. Okay. By the time you get like this is the space I've marked out for one section, and then we get space here for another stairway. And then, the next letter, space for a stairway, you end up all the way down here, which, like, I'd have to make this place... I couldn't make it an oval if I did it like that. And I really like the idea of making it an oval, because it's so weird to me, and I really want to do that. So, I'm thinking now that the plan will actually be that this side will be cyan, and that side will be rose. And so instead it will be C-Y-A-N, and then over there is R-O-S-E, which does make a bit more sense. It'll be easier to keep the fans apart if they are cordoned off by like proper, like the corners here. Like that's a rose section, that's a rose section, and never the twain shall meet of these cyan sections. I'm really taking a lot of European soccer inspiration for this stadium, which I was not really intending, but I guess it makes sense because this is literally, soccer lines, which not football lines, American football lines. But yeah, so I'm gonna have to figure out what to do about that. I'm not sure what comes next because I don't think I'll just end up cutting to having the stands be done. And also, I don't know if I'm going to cut something else instead. So, transition. Okay, so I went ahead and built up the main stands on both sides. They kind of follow the curvature of the oval. There'll be a bit of a wall behind them. I don't know how the whole exterior is going to look yet, but there's probably going to be a pretty nice wall to go along with the shape of the oval. So the stands kind of have to cut off where the oval moves in. But yeah, we got our stands with our seats. They all say cyan, and you may notice these little things here. That little V is actually supposed to be an orchid. It's a little representation of an orchid. And then if you come over here, you've got rose, and you got a little X, and that's indicative of a rose, because rose is a very complicated shape, and so where it like slowly moves in toward the middle, and I think the X is the best way to do that without it being a little too much like a letter, because I could do an O. Then my O might have been better, but I liked the 5. I liked the 3x3. Unfortunately, because of the way what's it called? What is it called? Crimson wood trapdoors look. It's the rose symbol or text is a little hard to see on some angles here. It's kind of not fun to look at from some angles. The higher up you get, the better it is, I think, just because you can see more of the top of blocks. But like it's it's a little unsettling to look at, just like having all the lines. Maybe one day they'll introduce like actually red trapdoors, and they'll be better for it than this. But yeah. The only other thing I've done so far is I went ahead and started filling in these last little sections here. There's not space for stands here, but I can put the stairs to get up. So I've put a little staircase in each corner. And so now you have a way to get up. And so my idea is that, I have no idea what this is, by the way. This kind of appeared overnight. It's a lot of nothing currently. I'm really curious as to what this is, because this is just a bunch of footprints. And then like a little bit of a tower. This looks like it might be a PvP space, because that looks like a tower you can shoot arrows from. But yeah, my idea was that you would come up. You would come up from this road and like head up the path. And then here would be the main entrance. Wah. And so you could either go down there and go up the stairs, or there and go up the stairs. And then you can come in here, and like your horses will be in these spaces here on either side. If you're a Rose fan, sorry, you got to go farther, I guess. But I don't know. Maybe I'll build a road to the other side too, just so the Rose fans don't have to, for fairness, because you don't want the ultras from the road. You don't want the Rose ultras and the Cyan ultras to use the same entrance. Now that I think about it, you don't want that. So yeah, I probably will end up building an entrance over there as well. But yeah, so now it's time to start focusing on the redstone. I need to figure out a way to get rid of the buckets under here after they've dispensed sulfur cubes. I need a scoreboard right there, and I need this door. So we need to figure out how we're going to get this door to work. Now, I did already look up a tutorial on how to make a 3x3 door, and I figured out that it does indeed work as a 5x3 door. Which is good, because I was a little worried that might not work. Okay, but the gist is that we need to have space for redstone shulker. For these. Oh, how low am I building the Horseball Stadium down to? Let's see. I'm at like what, 90? Only like. Oh, yeah, he's real close. Yeah, so like the idea was that like all of this would be terrain, and like the wall would just kind of wrap around here, but his place is a little bit under my thing. Kind of like that. Yeah, it would be a bit of work to get a nice overhang, but yeah, we'll see how this works out. But yeah, so the plan is we need space for 3 pistons under each piece of the what's it called, whatever this is called, and that is a basic function of a 3x3 door. And I'm gonna go ahead and give it some. Max. And we got plenty of observers. And I'm just going to see how well I can put this together without having to, ooh, no, hold on. I need to place the redstone first, so that when I place the observers... Yeah, because I don't want the places and update the pistons. I want the pistons to be not updating until like I have to. Like that, and then like this, and dang it, was there one on the other side too? Hold on, let me think. Freaking haste. Hands up, who knew that haste allowed you to insta-mine pistons? Hey, who knew? Who knew? What the frick? Oh. Am I stupid? I might be stupid. Because, like... Because you need the... Yeah, like, you need them to be here if you want them to activate, dingus. Okay. But yeah, so what we need is some filler blocks here. And then, so we're going to put some filler blocks here. We need to put these here. And now, lastly, we need to put these... Okay, we're gonna put the freaking... We're gonna put the filler blocks in last, I guess. Boom. I think that is everything. I think that's all we need. So I think aside from that, the only thing we need to do is set up a system to activate this machine. I guess, hold on. Yeah, I can test it first. I can test it first. Okay, so we're just gonna quickly hit this button and see if this works. All right, there you go. We got ourselves a door up. Hit it again. Can I hit it again, please? It's a slower going down than it is going up, but we have a functional door, ladies and gentlemen. Boom. So all we have to do is build out this little hallway as like a cool little place to like hype you up. You know, the tunnel like when you walk in. Have some, you know, hold hands with children. Yeah, boom. Look at that. Fantastic. All right, that's one redstone thing down, 2 to go. Okay, so next up is here under center field. We need to create a device that will remove the sulfur cubes from here after they have been placed. Remove the empty buckets, I should say. The problem is that originally this redstone torch and all of this was down a block, and so any hopper that went here was always being powered by this redstone torch, and so it wouldn't work. So I have to raise everything up a block, which does mean we have the unfortunate side effect of having these redstone torch particles just seeping out up from the field in the middle of the field, which is unfortunate, but you do what you gotta do. So we're just going to quickly put together a device that will comes this way. That will lock there. That will remove the buckets and only buckets from the hopper from the dispenser, because we don't want. Obviously, we don't want the regular sulfur cubes to get removed. We only want the empty buckets to get removed. I made one of these for the Ender. So I think I remember how to put one of these together after only briefly looking at my single player world as a refresher. I think that's it, right? Yeah? Yeah? Okay. Now, how many buckets does it take to stop feeding... Like, how many buckets am I going to have to craft here? Like, is 12 enough? Oh, it's just barely enough. Look at that. Okay, so now we can take all of our sulfur cubes and put them in here. So now, when one of these guys gets spawned, either by the mechanism. So let's as a test, let's quickly come over here and throw an item into the goal. that will spawn a new guy. And if I come back over here, the bucket has been removed. It is now in this hopper. Boom. Oop, I need that. Actually, I don't think I do need that. I don't think I need that. That's a redundant block. Okay. Perfect. So, and I even have one extra one, which means that this one in the hopper that kind of is annoying me, doesn't even actually bother me. It can just stay there, you know? Boom. Okay. 2 down, 1 to go. Okay. Last redstone thing that we need to do is the scoreboard. Currently all the lights are on, and I would like them to all be off by default. And then, when someone scores, the first light ticks up, and then they score, the next one, the next one, the next one, and ditto on the other side. And then when one team gets their 5th goal, the 5th light turns on, fireworks for that team's color shoot out, and then they all reset back to off. So, how do we go about this? Well, first off, we're going to need some various redstone things. I went ahead and finally have a redstone shulker as opposed to a redstone bundle, so that'll help. Okay, so I have set up this system right here, which is just to say that all of the switches are off by default, but if a signal were to come along and, I don't know, activate this piston, it would push it out of place and thus turn on this light. And then I can just create another system on the bottom with more pistons. This is down. Yeah, I don't want that. I need to go up. They need to be here. And so at the end, I can push all of the blocks back into place. And then I'll just do the same thing there and there. Then, all I have to do is come up with a system that only activates one of these at a time. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, behold my hideous monstrosity of redstone. Look at it and cower in fear at what horrible thing that I have created all on my own. It works, and no one can take that away from me. So let me briefly show you. This taps into the goal line. So when someone scores, this activates the signal. Line 1 here will go and activate this piston, which will turn on the first light, and it will also push this block into place, which by default needs to be down. I will build the reset mechanism later. So when you score the first time, this side goes, this line activates and turns on the first light, and after this repeater turns on and back off, then this block is pushed into place so that the next time someone scores in this goal, line 2 will activate, which will follow this train and activate light number 2, and activate this piston, which will set up the track for goal number 3. So, if we just head over here to our goal, let's go ahead and try this out. 1. Boom. 2. Boom. 3. Boom. 4. Boom. 5. Okay, hold on. What did I do wrong? Oh, okay. Not right there, I guess. What did I do wrong? Line 5 activates here, goes through, all the way through. Does it turn off this torch? Does it do that? Oh, wait. This freaking pseudo redstone crap. What the frick is up with this? Look at this. This is bullshit. What the frick is this? Like, it's exactly the same as over there, but there's like, you know, only like what is this? Oh, I guess it's technically not the same. Okay, hold on. What the frick is this? Is it you? Is it you? Is it you? How on earth? You're not. You're not active. You're not powered by that. I hate this game so much. You do not understand how much I have come to hate this game since you have been born, since you have been alive, since whatever the frickin' quote is. Look at that! What the fuck? Like, it's not bothering those guys. Look, what happens if I... Quasi-connectivity is bullshit. Here's the problem. I'm going to need these pistons to function properly later so that I can... God dang it. So basically what I've done is I've invented a machine that will turn on the lamps, but there is no physical way to turn them off because quasi-connectivity is bullshit. What the fuck? Okay, hold on. Okay, take number 2. I've reworked the system, and honestly, it's the redstone is much nicer looking this time. It's like perfectly tiered. Look at that. Look at that. Actually, hold on. It's not perfectly tiered. It's not perfectly tiered. This furnace is facing the wrong way. I don't think I actually need the furnace. I put it here in case this piston tried to push this piston before it retracted. I don't think it actually can, but I put a furnace there just in case. But so the way this one works is when someone scores, this line lights up and all the pistons, which you can't see, but they're all right here, try to fire. But they're all blocked. Only this one can fire. So the first time someone scores a goal, only this one fires. It activates this line, which turns on the first light, and shortly afterwards, it activates this piston to retract. So now that the next time someone scores, and this line lights up, piston number 2 can fire, and does the same thing. Retracts piston 3, third goal, repents and repeat. Then, when somebody's gotten goal 5, it comes over here to get this last one here. You can see it's a little bit, I got space here to do the same thing over there. And because goal 5 for a team means this is the end of the game, the signal then also comes down here. 1 goes under the court to get to launch fireworks to celebrate, and then 1 will go all the way back to start to push this first piston, or to activate this piston and push this first block out of place, thus resetting all the pistons on this side. So let's see it in action. You can see all my slimes guys are over there because I keep doing this to see if it works. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Ooh, and there it goes. 1 by 1, ticking until off. Isn't that nice? Isn't that nice? I'm quite happy with how that's come out now. So very happy, very happy. So glad I finally got that to work. I do need to come in here and get these sulfur cubes back into the machine. Oh, I have to do it like this. Oh, that's unfortunate. Oh. I really don't want to have to break a block to restock the machine. But if I can't determine a better solution, then so be it. I'm already like 85% of the way to the redstone for this thing being done. I don't want to have to rework that again. Okay, so things left to do now is build this machine on the other side, connect it up to fireworks, and then we're going to focus on the exterior, starting with this exterior wall here. I'm going to need to get some blocks, and then we will get started. Okay, so I went ahead and got my box of stuff that I forgot to bring. So the gist is that on the perimeter of this whole oval, I'm going to continue the blackstone brick trim, as well as a blackstone brick overhang at the top there. Meanwhile, the walls are, instead of the gray and the stripe, it's going to be white, a nice clean white. So I'm going to need a lot of calcite and a lot of diorite. So I've got enough to get started, but we're gonna have to see how well this goes, because there's only so much I can do with the amount that I have. It's gonna be a while though, that's for sure. So real quick, I just want to say during this montage, instead of just running the music like I'd had been, a super big shout out to the guild that's been put together, that Naxer put together. Great timing on that too, because surprise, surprise, I didn't have diorite like at all. Here I am building this wall out of calcite and diorite. I had plenty of calcite. I did have to tear out a few more geodes, but I had most of the calcite already. I had no diorite. I was like, oh, I'm gonna have to go mine a bunch of diorite just to make this. No, I put a request into the guild, and the guild came back within a day. I had all the diorite I needed, because Asus was like, oh yeah, I was gonna tear out all this diorite from my cave anyway. Here you go. And it's like, oh my gosh, great. And now I'm thinking, oh yeah, and then also, because of the spear damage, I was like, oh man, I gotta get some iron horse armor for like 8 horses. Oh my gosh, I gotta put in a request at the guild. And then by the time I got to this point after the wall's done, iron horse armor's all here. I've got it. I can even maybe upgrade some of it to diamond, I think, maybe. I don't know. It's been great. And now I'm just about done with this, and I'm gonna take a break afterwards, and there's more I want to do. I want to build these big old colonnades on the outside, kind of like what they have at Soldier Field in Chicago. And it's like, that's a lot of quartz. Oh, I gotta get more blackstone. I kept having to go get blackstone. Oh, that's gonna be so much sandstone. Well, wait a minute. Why don't I just put in another request at the guild? And so Asus was admitted he was working on that while I was talking to him just a little bit ago. And so it's been so good. As long as you know what your project is coming up, you can outsource the work for getting the stuff. It's so good. So yeah, shout out to Naxer and Max for that. Very, very great to have around. All right, there we have it. We have a wall completely surrounding our stadium. I've even filled in the little flat bits here where we can build the ultras section of the stands. I haven't done that yet, and I won't be doing that for a little while. I know I started the video saying that I want to finish this today in this video, but I'm gonna call it. I'm not finishing this in this video, because at this point I don't have this inside finished yet. I still have some more details. I want to add some which one is it? Is it? Yeah, I want to add some like lights and chains kind of dangling about, little details on the top level here to help break it up. And also, here's the thing. I want colonnades. I want this to be like the proper entrance here. And because here's the thing. How do you get to those stairs? These stairs are here. So, logically, the entry point needs to be somewhere else to check your ticket. Otherwise, you can just go in. You know? And I didn't want the stairs to be inside here, because this side on the other side is redstone, and this side's where the horses are going to be. So I need another entry point. So there's going to be a big wall here with columns and capped with blackstone roof and a little bit of color from either side. You know, cyan and warped and crimson. And oh my goodness, yeah. So I got another quest going for that as well. It's gonna be I'm gonna take a break. I need to work on literally anything else for a little while. And also I still haven't played more Pokemon, which is the other thing I was trying to do. It's been a while since I've played any Pokemon either. So we're gonna finish up by getting this space ready, and that way the game will be finished in such a way that the people can play it. So we're quickly going to put together a finished product. So the goal here is such. We're going to go ahead and do this. Or maybe this. Yeah, I like this idea better. We're going to go ahead and make a little access point here with a wall here. This will be hidden. We're going to go ahead and do that. Probably going to, build the wall to look like this. And then we're going to have a stable here for one horse, stable for another horse, stable for a third horse, stable for a fourth horse, and then over here we'll have chests and beds and stuff if you want to set your spawn and ditch your stuff. I'll have a book right here to explain the rules, and then the same thing over here on the other side. The only other thing left to do is to have a way to get downstairs, not here, but down under there, so that you can reset the slime cubes, silver cubes, without having to break into without having to do this. Yeah. Also, I need to mix up the banners. I'll probably get rid of those banners and those banners once I've done the proper ultras section, but that is for another time. So, one last thing is that's what this chest is for. So we're going to have, excuse me, right here, we'll do it like this. This is the cyan side. Do I want to do it like that, or do I want to do... I think this makes sense to just have this continue like... Oh, actually... No, actually, I think logically... I think this is the best way to go about this. You walk in, turn, and immediately you are hit with the section here. Also, no, I was about to say I can make the staircase here. I don't think I can. I can make the staircase here. So, like, one side has, like, redstone for this. One side doesn't. Yeah, this can be the staircase down right here. But yeah, so we're just going to have this kind of just going along the wall here. Excuse me. Like so. And then, of course, we're going to have some warped wood as well. Like so. And if we need lighting, which we will, we'll use sea lanterns. Then, on this side, We're going to hit them with the red concrete. This one I'm going to have to worry about the fact that everything is currently off a level. But all of the blocks that I'm... Jesus, place a block correctly, my dude. All of the dirt I'm going to have to dig up on that side for the cyan stuff will help give me the space to do stuff on this side. Yeah. But yeah, once again, I've got some crimson wood, which will go along here. And if we need to light things up, we've got more frog lights. Yeah, and then I don't know exactly what we're going to do for a floor here. I'm thinking stone or perhaps bone. Some level of... So, like, I think the outside here is going to be stone. Between the wall and this wall is going to be stone. But I need a good color transition from sandstone to this. And I think bone, or sandstone to stone, is going to be good. I think bone will be good. So it's going to be a little awkward to try to figure something out, but I will do a little bit of that. So one last cut, and we will have the final product. We're finally free. I'm finally free. I know y'all are like, this has been one video, dude. This is the only thing I have worked on. With the exception of the guild stuff, this is the only thing I have worked on for like freaking like 2 weeks. I need a break. I need a break. All right, let's do it. Okay, a little extra detail for the outside is I've added these little chain bits kind of spattered about to make sure that mobs don't spawn on the lip there. Didn't do it on the bottom row because you're not really going to be able to see the bottom row as much once the colonnades are up in like a month or two when I actually get around to it. But that being said, I am calling the video here because we are just about done. I've got 2 sides set up. I've got access to the downstairs for you to reset the sulfur cubes yourself when you're done. So we've got all of our horses. Not all of them. I don't have a 4th yet. And I'll have to figure out where I'm going to put these guys because I can't put a 4th set here. But yeah, I've got 3 horses ordered fastest to slowest, and this is the uniform for the cyan team for the orchids. And then over here, we've got 3 horses, and this is the uniform for the roses. I even went subtle here. Like, the regular magenta color is a little too pink. But when you apply a magenta and a red, look how close that color is to the crimson. That's really good. I'm really happy about that. We got chests for you to throw your stuff in. We got weapons and gear. And you may notice I brought some more stuff. I was testing the game with Asus just a minute ago. This time not recorded. We're going to do just swords, because even with the iron armor, wooden spears do a lot. So, I've got iron swords, 1 knockback sword, so if you're playing with a team, you got to think about how you're going to distribute that. And we got speed potions and lingering potions. Slowness lingering potions. And here's the thing. I extended their duration. Mentally, I was thinking that would make the duration of the lingering longer. It's just going to make the slowness longer. But also before was 22 seconds, which really is not that much. So, yeah, I do need to get more golden apples because if your horse is dying, you really need to be able to get off and heal it. So the only other thing left is, real quick, I need to come down here and fix the wall here, finish the wall. Cool. But yeah, so you can come in here and see, if you come in here, buckets will be in here, and you can put the cubes up in here, and when you score, they will funnel themselves into these troughs. So yeah, that is pretty much it. This might be temporary because I really don't know what I'm going to do out here yet, but I'll worry about that later. The only other thing to address is the little book here. Welcome to Horseballs. Everyone, grab a weapon, and grab a horse and weapon, suit up, and try to hit the sulfur cubes into your opponent's goal. First to 5 goals wins. Some horses are faster than other. Some weapons are better than other. How will you distribute your gear? The fastest horse is closest to the door. That's consistent. It's like, you know, slow is on the left, fast is on the right. Slow is on the right, fast is on the left. Closest to the door. After each goal, the scored on team kicks off. If a ball goes into the stands but comes back in, the ball is still live. The game is only paused if the ball leaves and fails to come back. That's right. Part of our test was that now that I've got this giant wall and the stands here, even if the ball is not moving that fast, if it bounces up there, it will probably hit. If you've hit it hard enough that it gets up there, it will probably come back. I don't think it's possible for us to hit it out by accident from down here. Maybe it is. I don't know. We didn't do that though. But yeah, Asus and I actually really liked, like briefly Asus was like, you know, do you want to put glass on top so it stays in? And I'm thinking, definitely not, because I really don't want it to be hard to, like, I want to make sure the spectators can still spectate without the glass being in the way, because glass texture is just a mess. But also, I really like the chaotic nature of if you've got the jungle log slime cube and it bounces into the stands and then it comes back and it's, I loved it. It was great. Really looking forward to our first full game of this. Boom. Yeah, but if you do kick the ball out of, if you hit the ball out of the arena and it doesn't come back, then it basically just is a full reset of that round. When the game is over, someone must go down to the sulfur cube reset to pick up the scored cubes and put them back into the dispenser. Remember to close the door behind you before you start. Have fun.